Hey there, everybody. How's it going? See, there's some people in here already. Can y'all hear me just fine? I'm gonna. Wait, hold on. That might be better. Ah, hey there. Good to see you. Hi. Hello, Mello. Caesar. I know we normally. Q, we being. Um, we normally do stuff in during the day, but I happen to have a free evening tonight, so I figure why not instead of breakfast, we uh, we just have dinner. So from Seattle, hi. So 6 p.m. over there. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. All the gang is here. There's Mochi, Boba, who is just getting over a tummy ache. Yes, you feel better? Yeah. So, I was thinking of like letting you guys choose what I was gonna make for dinner. So I was thinking between that protein flatbread, um, doing like I don't know some kind of crepe or a protein flatbread pizza, or I could do a kind of like a curry soup ramen bowl. That's what I'm pondering over dinner right now. Melba, hello there. Ramen. I see like a couple of flatbreads, but it seems like mostly it's ramen. Okay. I'm thinking of also doing it for a video too, so it'll be good practice for me. Um, it actually doesn't take that long to make at all, and um, we're going to use packet ramen to make it, but we'll make our own soup, and that'll be super fast. It's actually like kind of like a hack type thing. So let's get started. We'll just start with like boiling water. I literally didn't do any of preparation for this, so I don't have water boiling or anything. So we'll just get started on that. Yay, I got to watch you doing this live. Maybe with a. Well, that would take too long. But we can do flatbread next time. Maybe tomorrow. Because I don't think I have a free evening tomorrow. I do. We could do flatbread tomorrow. When will I be back in New York? New. Well, I'm actually gonna do a Today Show segment on the 9th. I don't remember when, but I'm gonna be on the Today Show beginning of August, and then I will be back in like a week after that at Smorgasbord. Is there any way to share YouTube lives? I have no idea. I feel like if I like pushed a bunch of buttons, oh, it's that dot 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 um over there. It's that dot 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 on the bottom right, I think. I don't know if it's the same for me or you. But yeah, I'm gonna make breakfast noodles. I'm coming back next week. I guess it is next week. Yeah. Oh, wow. It is next week. Time is going by so fast for me. It's hard for me to keep up. While we wait for the water to boil, though, oh, I hope I have. Do I have water in the boiler? Do I have water here? So, I think that is enough for a cup of tea. Let's make a cup of tea. Excuse me, Mochi. She's always like right in front of the tea cabinet. I don't know why. Let's see. We'll do hojicha because that has very little caffeine in it and it is already real late, so. She's looks very annoyed at me. Hey, girl. Hi. Wait, the hot dog hands? Yeah, they're from Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Right there. I'm leaving this out because I need to remind myself to buy some more. I think hojita is like roasted tea. I can't remember, but it's. See you later, kiwi bean. It smells so good. I should also get some kettle water going for the ramen itself. Do I need another saucepan? Probably. So many different things of water that a person needs. We don't need that just yet. Get it hot though. Drusilla, hello there. How are you? Bon Ami is really good too. Did you hear that like Fabuloso got a huge recall because of like bacteria in there? If you use Fabuloso, you should be careful. Thank you, Mello. Hojicha equals roasted green tea. That's what I thought. That's why it smells so good. Kalika normally misses my lives. Hi, I'm glad you can make it. There's not much that happens. Yeah. But we were just hanging out. Hopefully you'll learn something if you stick around, but are you not going live on TikTok anymore? Not really. It's my focus is more on YouTube now, just because TikTok has other priorities, and that's nobody's fault. But like with TikTok Shop and everything, like I just feel like it is a lot to compete with, and so my videos get seen here. I go where I'm seen. That's pretty much TikTok and Instagram. So, today we've decided that we're going to make a curry ramen bowl using instant ramen, but we'll make our own. We'll hack ourselves into a curry broth. The noodles I'm going to use are going to be the Imi brand. They're all right. They're healthy. They're like, they're lower in calories, higher in fiber and protein. It's satisfying enough. They're not like super, super nice noodles, but super, super nice noodles tend to be like a lot. So, and we're trying to get into our summer bodies. Have I ever made my own noodles? Yes, actually. I know how to make ramen, which is like the Chinese hand-pulled noodles. I learned a long, long time ago. But, yeah. Sounds like a great post-workout meal. It is, because with the curry that we use, you know, there's more antioxidants. There's turmeric. There's a lot of spices. Good for your tummy. Could you pull up again for... Sure. There. Hopefully you got your screenshot. It does make a very good post-workout meal. I will say that. Okay, so we've got saucepan boiling. No. Let's bring you over here. Have you ever had roti? Of course. It's delicious. Let me try to angle you guys so you can see everything that's happening. There we go. All right. Now, to make the curry broth, what we have to do first is have a curry powder. This is the one that I'm using. But you can use any curry powder for this. Japanese, Indian, Southeast Asian, any kind of curry. That works. I would use a neutral oil, so like an oil with not a lot of flavor and a high smoke point. In my case, that would be peanut oil right here. And first thing you do is just do just a little bit of peanut oil. I would say that that's probably a tablespoon spread over the bottom of your saucepan. And the reason why we do this is because we have to fry our oil. And the reason why we fry our oil is because a lot of time curry powders, they're still raw. And this like kind of like opens it up. The aromas get nice and complex and bold. It's just really good. So in here, depending on how you like it, I will put like a tablespoon of curry or more. I like a lot. Sometimes you would put salt. In other recipes, you might put salt in this, but because we're using like ramen packets, there's no real need to. There will be plenty of salt in this added later. You can see that, I don't know, can you see? There. Kind of. You can kind of see. Let me just tilt this guy. You can kind of see the curry start to sizzle, and that is this. There we go. You can see the curry start to sizzle. It's frying. It now smells amazing, and you got to be careful though because it can burn pretty quickly at this part. So at here, now that your curry is opened up, you can add pretty much the rest of your soup stuff. I'm not using the soup base that came with my noodles, but I do have this. You don't have. You can use chicken broth. You can use mushroom stock. You can use anything, any kind. You can even use like a ramen packet if you wanted to, but I just don't want to today. This is pretty much solongtong in a tab. That is Korean bone broth. It's Korean bone broth concentrate. Yeah, it's pretty good. And it comes in like a little tab. So to that, we add it in here. Turn the heat back up. Add back in our water. Not too much. And we mix and let everything dissolve, and this will be the base broth for our noodles. Maybe I should have crushed the tab. That have made my life easier. No. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Oh wait, yeah, it's dissolving. Where is it? There you go. So we have that. It does look like a tiny Alka-Seltzer. Thoughts on substituting oatmeal for rice for better macros and vitamins? Physical specimen, thank you. Kokami. But actually, I do that sometimes. But I only use them in certain occasions. So I don't substitute oatmeal for rice when I'm eating rice. But I do substitute oatmeal for rice when I'm making congee. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Especially in the winter. So it would not be like a Hong Kong style, whatchamacallit. It would not be a Hong Kong style there we go. Curry soup noodle without meatballs. So these you just get from your Asian grocery store or Chinese grocery store in the hot pot section. I'm going to do three fish balls right in here. And that's how you make curry fish balls. It is literally that easy. It is fish balls cooked in curry broth. That's gonna take a minute. You can see that I haven't put the noodles in yet, because some of the things that we're dealing with is frozen. They're gonna take a little bit of time to cook. I'm probably gonna put some dumplings in here just because I feel like I'm a good person and I deserve nice things. So I'm gonna put a couple of dumplings in there as well. But in the meantime, we're just gonna let the fish ball simmer just a little bit. Natalie York, love your kitchen. Sorry for being off topic. I mean, I'm here. I don't feel like it's off topic, but thank you. I didn't expect the tablet. I thought it would be in a powdered form. I've got powdered broths too, like the chicken powder and whatnot, but it just so happens that this Korean one comes in tablet form, which is kind of cool. Makes it easy to take around, actually. Do I prefer Caribbean roti or Indian roti? I don't know. I might like Malaysian roti. I need them all side by side. I guess I'll just have to do like a roti off. I'm thinking about going on the carnivore diet. What do you think? I don't think too highly of super restrictive diets. I don't think our bodies are meant to eat only one certain type of thing for too long. And I feel like when we have goals in the realm of like fitness and health, it seems to make sense that to attain a crazy body or something, that is that you have to do something crazy, when really what helps out the best and what lasts the longest is moderation and control and mindfulness over a long period of time. Um, yeah, that's what I think about carnivore diets or veganism or stuff like that. Um, Also, a lot of the people that push the carnivore diets don't seem like very trustworthy people. That is a broad stroke to paint. But I also think that anybody who's giving fitness tips and stuff that is also trying to sell you something is like automatically a red flag. Get a grill to make shish kebabs, has a fellow college student. I know you're not talking about to me. Hello from the Canary Islands. I'm good, thanks, and thank you. Malaysian roti is just the South Indian type with all the flaky layers. That's what it is. It's the flake. I love a flake. It's that flaky. It's like the Malaysian roti is like a mix between like a roti and a scallion pancake. Is just so good. Cough cough the Liver King. That's exactly who I was talking about. He's a fucking scan artist, and he's not a good person, because if he was willing to sell you a lifestyle and say that he was the way that he was while also injecting himself full of steroids, while telling you to eat testicles in the raw testicles, give me a break. Have you made any cold noodle dishes lately? I've not. I should. It's been hot, but I haven't. Okay, so the broth is dissolved, the meatballs have cooked. Let's see how we are in terms of concentration of flavor. Don't know why I said it like that, but bone broth is very mild, so we can add just a little bit of salt. Touch, just a sploosh of MSG. And let's bring out this guy. Because like, even though we want something a little bit more, I guess, healthier, we do still want flavor. Powdered star anise, white pepper, just a touch of clove. There we go. Let's try it now. But yes, that's it. Okay, that is yummy. Could be spicier, but we'll do it later. Next thing we're gonna add are tiny dumplings. Right? Go ahead. Yep. These are my favorite brand of dumplings. Oops, just dropped one. It's fine. Wei Feng, Chinese brand dumplings. So good. So tasty. And we will do 3 of them in here. Give it a mixy mix. It's all gonna get so like golden and pretty. And since I've got some, why not? I've got some like flavor bomb tomatoes. Tomato is always like good to add to like your random ramen bowl because they're just like umami and they add so much to your broth so effortlessly. Tomatoes aren't in season in Michigan yet, so I'm still buying tomatoes from the store. Oh wow. Now, I feel like in the time that it takes for the dumplings to cook, the noodle will be cooked. So, 10 minutes. Great. And while we wait for that, we can go to the garden and get our garnishes. Noodles are in. Put a little bit more water in here. Okay, now. You have not been in the most easy spot for me to work in, but it's okay. You have a tummy ache. You can do whatever you want. Where are my garden shears? Am I gonna go out this way? No, I don't have any shoes out this way, but hold on, let me see. Oh no! I cannot find my herb scissors. There they are. I love doing this. I love going to my garden and like I feel so it's giving Ina garden or however you say her name is giving Ina. It's giving store-bought is fine, but a little windy out today. You guys gotta see my nasturtiums. They are leaping, just like right off of my garden bed. But yeah, this is my garden bed. I've got cilantro, I've got green onions, a bunch of different lavenders, sage. This is lemon verbena, forage flowers, and nasturtiums. The thing that I want today are, I'll put you here, do some of these guys. Some of them I've already tipped over, so we'll cut these. I always do like the scallions that have fallen over. In favor of letting like the more stronger ones grow. So I've got some scallions, some cilantro for sure. Love some cilantro. I have a lot of cilantro flowers, which is okay. Cilantro flowers still taste like cilantro, so that's good. Okay. And some nasturtium leaves. Maybe some flowers too. Let's make it pretty. We love a pretty bowl of ramen, right? I don't know if you can hear me, but and some board flowers. These guys are spiky, but the flowers are so pretty. There. That's what we'll do today. Hey, Wilson. Hi, pups. Why did my music stop? Play my pop culture lo-fi playlist shuffled.
Pop culture lo-fi now shuffling.
All right. Has not yet been 10 minutes, so my noodles are not ready. What are my top 3 faves in my garden? I love the fact that I grow scallions. Um. Oh. I guess we just don't have music anymore. Um. We just like. I mean, if it's my garden, I don't use like pesticides or anything like that. I just like check the. Just check all the leaves for bugs, bird poop. And if it's like clean, I just eat them. Since all I do is like not use pesticides and stuff like that, I figure it's fine. Um, yeah, cilantro flowers are really pretty. They're really small, but they look like this. They look really pretty in a bowl of noodles. Let's see how this is doing. The tomatoes have burst. The dumplings are cooking. And the... Man, I kind of miss the music, but alright. Go off, Apple and Siri, for deciding that we don't need any. Thanks for the hearts. Good evening from Massachusetts. Hey there. Should I finish the noodle cook in the broth? That would probably make it taste really good, huh? Let's do that. I always start the noodles in its own water because there's like always starch on the noodles. And like I want to control how thick the broth is. So I do that all separately. So we can make ourselves a super... And I like to use something different besides... what's it called? Something different besides cornstarch. Lots of people put cornstarch slurry in their ramen to make the soup like better texture. This is powdered collagen. Literally the stuff that makes like the good ramen thick. You can buy them at health food stores or whatever. I should have done this before in the start, but it absorbs really easily with a couple of mixes, so just a few spoons, light spoons of that. That'll make the broth super rich and sticky, like a really, really good ramen joint broth. That's a fun little hack as well. And all of a sudden we've got much bigger bubbles because there's so much more protein in the broth now. Looks good. Of course it looks good. Okay, now for all the garnishes, I need my knife. A knife. So much to choose from. I will use this one. Excuse me. Hello. How long have I been on? 30 minutes. That's not bad for dinner. Soft boiled eggs are not. That was a good idea, though, right? Soft boiled eggs is a good idea. It's a little. I dumped out all that water. We can do the lazy thing and just crack an egg in there. But to do that, we're going to have to do that last and have everything else be ready. A video on how to make dim sum. Dim sum is very difficult to do because you have to make so many different things and they're all so small and labor intensive. There are certain things that you can do to have dim sum at home, but that just generally involves buying these things, which they all sell. Like a lot of Chinese grocery stores sell like pre-frozen shumai and all of that stuff. If that's what you mean by making dim sum at home, I could definitely do that and show you how to like do a little dim sum party using like a big steamer basket in your house. But I could also do one where you like learn how to make individual shumai. That would be doable. But as far as like dim sum the whole fantasy, that's difficult. That'll be like I've made some hard things on this. That would be like the most challenging, for sure. Okay. Looks like we have all our garnishes ready. Let's get our bowl. Oh, now for the egg. Sorry. Forgot about the egg. Oop, damn it. This eggshell was a little frail. We'll get another egg. That's never happened before. It's a good thing I have an induction thing. All right. Part 2. Of course I do it on like a live stream. We'll do it this way. Okay. And this, you just take some of this, and just paste. I like my egg like super runny. It definitely would have been faster just to fry the egg, but I don't know. That's done. Get a bowl. I think I should do like a light colored bowl since the ramen is so like bright and vibrant. Do I have? this work? Maybe. Don't know who that might be, but please stop. First, we'll do the meatballs and the dumplings over here. Noodles, egg, tomatoes. And now, the fun part, make it pretty. Nasturtium leaves taste like pepper. Obviously, we know what scallions taste like. As well as cilantro. Even the flowers taste like cilantro. And it's fun to do this because like it's still too hot to eat anyway, so you might as well like spend time making it pretty while you wait. Because everything is like fresh from the garden, it's super, super potent. You can like, I can smell flashes of cilantro every time I like pluck the leaves off, which is pretty cool. Yeah. These also taste like pepper. These are the nasturtium flowers. Not bad for a thing of instant noodles, huh? The soup from a tablet, noodles from a bag, curry from a jar. The only impressive thing about this really is the flowers. Where am I? Oh, there. Turn this off. Flowers from the garden, pretty food, ready to eat. Have you done foraging in my area? Do a local veg. Oh, I could do that. I'm just catching up on the messages. Okay, so you can see, even though we used a plain tablet for soup because we put the collagen in there, the broth is pretty. Ooh. It's pretty fucking good. That's great. We'll do like a little bit of the yolk porn now before the heat from it cooks. But we can do a little bit of this. Yeah. And then we'll dip some noodle in that. So it's like a little yolky. Pardon my terrible chopstick skills. It's pretty good, right? put 2 eggs in there. Oh no, that was like a really good bite. What is my hubby's favorite meal for me to cook him? He likes this. He likes noodles, he likes congee, sorry. He loves a steamed egg on rice. He loves Chinese food. Even like the weird stuff. And by weird stuff, I mean like the stinky tofu on rice and stuff like that. He loves all of that. He also likes to want to make steak, though. So tasty. Of course. I don't know people who like are not frequent eaters of noodles and meatballs and dumplings. They always try to like use their chopsticks to like hold this stuff, like it validates them in some way. But really, that is why we invented the spoon. So, I love a curry meatball. Favorite Vietnamese dish? My favorite thing that Vietnamese people make is bread. Vietnamese bread is my favorite bread. I think Vietnamese baguettes are better than French ones. They're just so like crisp and light and airy. They're delicious, and not just in banh mi. I just mean like or pate. It's just like it's all good. But yeah, I mean pho is also like the obvious answer, but also it's like the most underrated noodle dish. It's so hard to make. Like ramen, even like the best ramen is arguably easier to make than the best pho because pho is requires clarification, so many different spices and herbs. There's a freshness element to it. It's so good. Brazil, hello. Any more stuff from the Seattle content creator thing from last year? No, but we're meeting people that were there. It's Lisa and August, also known as There's Food at Home. They're coming over for the holiday weekend. We're gonna hang out in Detroit together. Obviously, make some content. Favorite Filipino dishes? I love turon. I love pork belly adobo. I love pancit, but when it's cold the next day. Pancit, after it's been in the fridge, the next day, to me, with a glass noodle kind, is so good. I also like pandesal. What else? Oh, whatever like the grilled sardines, that stuff is good too. And of course, Jollibee. Ugh, yummy. One of my favorite dishes is bun reel, also called tomato crab soup. Ooh, that sounds really good. Is there a favorite cuisine that I have? I don't have a favorite cuisine. I have cuisines that I'm in the mood for at the time, and whatever I'm in the mood for, that's my favorite. It's like life's too short to stick to one kind of food forever. I should do a piece with Ina. She definitely does not know who I am or know I exist. But I would totally do something. Oh, these flowers, borage flowers, you see these at all the fancy restaurants. They use them in garnishes for things like tartare, fish, just because they're really, really pretty. They taste like cucumbers, which is fancy restaurant speak to mean that they don't taste like anything. They're just expensive because they're pretty, even though in the world of farming and gardening, they're like a byproduct plant. Like they're a decoy plant. You grow them so that bugs will eat their leaves instead of the leaves of things that you want to eat. And the flowers help the pollinators. So they're good, but they're not all that special. They are easy to grow, and they self-seed, which is amazing, which means they pollinate really easily, and then they just drop seeds, and then they just regrow the next year on their own. It's great. Is there anything I don't like that you would find surprising? I don't think I dislike any food. Let me get a chair. My legs are. I've just been standing this whole time. But honestly, like, I don't think I'm just saying that. Like, I can find joy in pretty much eating anything in a way. It just doesn't have to be like. It just can't be, I don't know, bad. I think food is disappointing when it's like a scam. Like you go to a fancy restaurant, and because I've eaten and worked at so many fancy restaurants, I can tell when they're just like phoning it in or when they're actually not really good, but because they like can get away with it. Like I don't like those dinners or experiencing things like that. But otherwise, you can make me a box mac and cheese, and if you worked really hard at it, it'll taste good to me. Caterpillar food, yeah, grow some borage. You could tell, like, you could also see that I plant a lot of herbs, which don't really attract bugs. I don't do tomatoes. I don't do cabbage or lettuces. I grow herbs because I always need herbs. But then, like, I only need a little bit, so they just die in my fridge. So I just like to have herbs ready for me whenever. But we haven't gotten into a dumpling yet. But as far as like tomatoes, vegetables, I live 2 miles away from a giant farmer's market. I don't need to grow vegetables. Is there a Latin meal I can put an Asian twist on? The beef dish, the beef dish, ropa vieja seems like it would go good with an Asian twist. I have made. I feel like turning things into tacos should never count. Because tacos are just a perfect vessel for everything. But I do believe that there is an art to creating a taco. I think my friend Kim and I had this conversation where people who try to make fusion tacos and don't respect the balance that is innate in a good taco, like, kind of mess it up. A lot of times, like, when you have, like, Korean tacos, for example. It's oftentimes like very meaty, very rich, lots of cheese, but then there's no fresh element. A good taco for me is like, yes, yes, it could be tacos al pastor. Yes, it could be, what's the one? My favorite one, it's the one with the head, the meat from the head, cabeza tacos. That's my favorite. Yes, it could be rich and like, and very, very filling and very like rich like that. But there's always a lot of cilantro, there's chiles, there's onions, there's salsa. It's very fresh. There's always that counterbalance of freshness over the richness in a really good taco. And when you make a fusion taco, whether it be like Korean, Indian fusion, people forget that. And they just end up with these just like really rich, sometimes, oftentimes very cheesy, not cheesy as in like dumb, but cheesy as in like literally cheesy tacos that are just like have no fresh element to that. So with that in mind, I did make a Shanghainese smoked fish taco. And that was like the rich and the savory and the sweet. But then you top that off with a slaw, which is also rich, but it was like very, very, it was like a ponzu citrus slaw. It was really good. So that was like my foray into Chinese, Mexican, but if anything, that's more like Chinese, Californian, Baja. But California once was Mexico, so I guess it still counts. What are some essentials for the kitchen you need? You're in college and will finally have your own kitchen. Congratulations. So far, you have a Dutch oven, already just out of the park. That's amazing. Saucepan, and that's about it. What kind of saucepan is it? Is it stainless steel? Is it cast iron? Oh wait, no, a saucepan. Okay, well if it's also relevant question. What is it a stainless steel saucepan? I'm guessing it's stainless steel. But I would recommend you get a cast iron skillet. You have a good Spanish accent when you spoke Spanish. Thank you. I do not. I wish I spoke Spanish. I do not. Stainless steel. That's great. That works. You should get a high-walled cast iron skillet because cast iron is a great thing to cook on. It is very durable. You can also bake in it. Anything that's baked in a skillet, anything that's baked in a cast iron skillet is automatically more delicious. Not just because it looks very like rustic and homey and good. I just believe it is more delicious. You made my langstap. I hope you liked it. And a Nisi. Thank you. Hi, how are you? Can I like this? I can. Oh, and you need a non-stick frying pan or a non-stick pan for eggs. Because why put yourself through the pain of not making eggs on a non-stick pan? I would recommend a good ceramic non-stick just because they are better for you, allegedly. Certainly not as bad for you as like the Teflon pans. And because you're only gonna make eggs on it, they will last a long time because you don't need to turn the heat up very much. So if you only have a Dutch oven and a saucepan, I would recommend you to get a cast iron skillet and a non-stick, and that should probably be good for pans. What type of recipes do you recommend for someone moving into a dorm soon for college? I don't want to live off microwave food, but you can't bring a lot of equipment or anything. I I don't think you're allowed to bring instant pots because they're pressure cookers, and I don't think pressure cookers are allowed in dorms. But rice cookers are amazing for dorms because you can do a lot in the microwave, but you can also do a lot in the rice cooker. You can just like literally put just a ton of stuff in the rice cooker, set it on the mix setting, and get a nice rice cooker if you can afford it. Not like the Tiger ones where you just like put the knob down and that warms up. Like do one with actual like buttons and settings. They'll be a couple $100, but they'll also last like 10 years. But yeah, that is probably going to be the biggest bang for your buck. You can like heat soup in there. Oftentimes, if you, one of my favorite things to do, like I just got Ethiopian food the other day and it came in a tray or something. I put it in the rice cooker and I put it on the reheat setting. It came out so good, so perfect. And if you get the ones that have a little like pressure thing on them or a latch, it can keep that shit warm for like a few days. And as long as the temperature is above 140 degrees, you're good. And that thing keeps it at like 160. So, yeah, rice cookers are a great thing to have in a dorm. You can even make like cake in a rice cooker. And how impressive would that be? If you had like a date come over and you're just like, hey, I made us a cake. If I was soup, what soup would I be? Why is that question so unexpectedly difficult? I would be probably like a wonton noodle soup. Just because like I could eat that now again. Damn, this is good. That was good dinner. Ooh, chicken tortilla soup is delicious. Chicken tortilla soup is a good choice. Big hugs to my favorite chef from Memphis, Tennessee. Well, thank you. I hope to visit someday. Memphis sounds fun. And Nashville. I recently tried a coconut chicken Thai soup, and that was so good. Coconut soups are so slept on, and they're actually not. They're actually very popular, but they're not popular enough. Coconut soups are delicious, especially like a coconut curry soup. I have your electric wok. What do the wattage modes do? The wattage modes are the amount of power going in. So the less wattage going in, the less powerful the wok. It is good to have a lower wattage if you have a lot of stuff running at the same time, so it doesn't trip your breaker. And then higher wattage if it's the only thing that's running. Also, if you want it to be a little more delicate, if you're making things in a wok that are like eggs or something that don't need so much power, you can do the lower wattage. But if you're trying to get like as much wok hay adjacentness as you can, higher, for sure, more power. Eating congee with egg right now, that sounds so good. Man, we were on for an hour. Max power instantly burns everything. I can't imagine cooking anything on max. You have to be fast. You have to be fast, and you have to constantly keep things moving in there. It's like wok cooking can be like a dance. And if you're stir frying, doing fried rice or anything like that, you're gonna have to do it on max power. And it flew by. It did. I can't believe some of you have been with me for the whole hour. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out. But it's time for me to take these little babies on a walk. Hi from the worst food culture in the world, Icelandic. Oh, do you guys have the fermented shark? I forgot what it's called. I do want to try that. I hear it smells like battery acid, but I still want to try it. Oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Mello, thank you so much. How often do I ferment? I mean, like personally, like I try to shower every day, but otherwise, I like making pickles whenever I got vegetables. Maybe I'll do that on a live tomorrow. We can make pickles together because I know I've got some Japanese radishes. And I've got some more free time. So, that being said, gotta go now. Have a wonderful evening or morning wherever you are. Thank you for joining me. It's been a great hour. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I will commit to a time once I figure out my schedule. Yeah. Talk to you later.